Greetings, everyone. I'm James Yen. Today, I'd like to share my reflection and analysis based on an in-depth interview with Jason Wu, a senior manager of physical distribution at Procter & Gamble, China. This PowerPoint contains 5 parts. First, let me introduce you to my manager. Jason is responsible for automation projects across East and North China, overseeing more than half of the regional supply chain. He holds a bachelor's degree from the UK and a master's degree from the US, both in logistics and supply chain management. Now, let's move to his leadership style. Jason's leadership clearly aligned with transformational leadership series, which emphasize vision, employee development, and long-term growth. He strongly believes in helping employees become future leaders. His mindset is, we don't just manage people, we transform them into better version of themselves. This is also influenced by his global education, which shaped his inclusive values, treating people equally and valuing diversity, reflecting traits of servant leadership as well. A great example of his leadership behavior is the PS trainee program, which he launched and led. This program transformed graduate students into future business leaders through real-world challenges that simulates P&G's operating models. He believes in empathy, trust, and mentorship. One line he really stayed with me was, "How you want to be managed should be how you manage others." This shows his commitment to people-centered leadership. Decision-making approach. Jason approaches decision-making using both structure and flexibility. He described the practical 3-step approach. Mastery. Learn from the experienced people to avoid early mistakes. Communication. Keep open, honest communication across the team. Mechanism. Use systems like the IWS system to maintain project control and efficiency. He also uses the PDCA cycle: plan, do, check, and act, which ensures continuous evaluation and improvement of the business decisions. Jason also emphasized the complexity of the decision-making environment. He discussed factors like globalization versus deglobalization, trade conflicts, and AI distribution. This requires leaders to act quickly yet strategically, often combining logic with intuition, especially when time and information are limited. One of the most difficult decisions he mentioned was during the organizational restructuring, where he emphasized the need to fully understand people's work before making HR decisions. Here's my reflection. This interview made me rethink what leadership really means. It's not about controlling, at least it's not all about controlling. It's about enabling listening and adapting. Jason's integration of global vision, people's development, and system thinking deeply inspires me. He quotes, "From the people, in the people, for the people," reminds me that leadership must begin with empathy and end with collective growth. I also realized that decision-making isn't always about choosing the best option on the paper. Sometimes it's about making the best human decision in complex world. In conclusion, Jason's story is a vivid example of how modern leaders think and act, combining transformational leadership, strategic decision-making, and emotional intelligence. Thank you for your listening.